My creation, is it real? It's my creation. Ooh, my creation. It's my creation. Science.
The 2010-2011 season saw record-breaking snowfall and spikes in sales.
In stark contrast to last year, the 2011-2012 season may go down as one of the toughest on record by almost all measures.
Sales were down 13% in units sold. Participation was down 11% in alpine skiing and 7.5% in snowboarding. The number of resort visits dropped 16%. On March 31st, specialty retailers had 1.7 million units of equipment in inventory worth $569 million. Preseason orders were down for the 2012-2013 season. So how did we get here and what can we learn? Let's start with the numbers.
Overall, the 2011-2012 season brought in about $3.5 billion at retail, a 5% decline in dollars sold when compared to the 2010-2011 season.
Specialty snow sports margins were down 4% overall through March. Apparel margins were down 3% to 45%. Equipment margins were down 3% to 38.5%, and accessory margins were down 4% to 50.1%. Inventory units were up 31% in equipment, up 34% in apparel, and up 14% in accessories units. Dollars in inventory were up 27%, with $120 million more in inventory compared to 2010-2011.
There's no doubt about it, the numbers are not good. But $3.5 billion in sales is still significantly higher than the 2008, 2009, and 2009-2010 seasons. The 2011-2012 season raised a lot of questions about the snow sports market and what really impacts sales.
With average snowfall across North America down significantly, how is $3.5 billion in retail sales even possible? Was it simply the lack of snow causing the declines in sales and participation? Or are there other factors at work? Did the economy have anything to do with the downturn?
This season's sales were quite strong through November. This can be attributed to the momentum from the epic 2010-2011 winter. However, as December progressed and snow failed to fall, sales declined.
When determining what led to the decline, in addition to temperature, snowfall, and snowpack, we looked at the effects of high unemployment, household income, wealth, consumer prices, and consumer confidence. None of those had much impact on our market.
Snowfall was the key factor impacting sales figures for the 2011-2012 season, particularly in equipment sales, equipment accessories, and participation. And while we all feel the effects of a tough year, the snow sports market was actually much stronger than it should have been considering the near snow drought.
Here are some of the reasons sales were healthier than expected. Specialty shops kept prices and margins high. Online retailers dropped prices and increased turns. Non-participants are purchasing snow sports apparel and apparel accessories at a growing rate as casual wear.
Low snowfall hit cross-country and snowshoeing the hardest. Ski equipment sales fell 31% in units and 27% in dollars sold.
81,000 cross-country skis, 98,000 boots, and 63,000 bindings were sold. Nordic skiing has 4.3 million American participants, down 5%. 49% of the participants are over the age of 35. 59% of the participants are male, and 41% of the participants are female. 51% also alpine ski, and 42% also ride a road bike. The region with the most participants is the East North Central region.
Apparel sales brought $1.2 billion into snow sports retail last season. Sales were flat in dollars sold and down 4% in units sold.
Why does a lack of snow not impact apparel sales as much as it does accessories and equipment? This happens because the majority of winter apparel sales are not made in reaction to the weather, but rather in anticipation of it. 2/3 of the apparel sales are made prior to January 1st, and about 25% of all apparel sales are made prior to November 1st, before a flake of snow has fallen. Accessories, including gloves, goggles, wax, hats, helmets, base layers, and winter boots, struggled this season.
Equipment accessories like snowshoes, goggles, packs, and auto racks fell 15% in units and 8% in dollars to $492 million, while apparel accessories like gloves and base layers fell 13% in units and 11% in dollars to $659 million. When comparing sales of apparel and accessories by month, it's clear that apparel is most often purchased long before skiers and riders make their first turn, but accessories are often purchased just before a trip to the slopes or at the resort to replace worn or forgotten gear. The lack of snow had a major impact on sales of both apparel and accessories. The market can expect some reinvigorated demand next season. So what do we have to look forward to this season?
NOAA meteorologists are predicting El Niño conditions similar to the 2009-2010 season, which means more snow and more participation in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, where more than 50% of snow sports participants live, average to above average snowfall everywhere else except for the Pacific Northwest.
Good conditions will stimulate pent-up demand, and December and January will be very busy months in the marketplace.
Smaller orders from retailers may mean empty shelves. Scarcity and strong margins go hand in hand, but consumers looking for the most popular items after January may be disappointed.
Participation in New England and the Mid-Atlantic region will be much stronger this coming season.
The 2011-2012 season left skiers and riders disappointed, but hungry for good snow. The 2012-2013 season, with El Niño conditions, is shaping up to be much more satisfying for consumers, retailers, and suppliers alike. Skiers and riders will be looking for new gear. Right now, they are overwhelmed with options and are looking for reliable expertise to help them get exactly what they need for the coming season. Innovations like reverse and mixed camber, alpine touring options on boots and bindings, technical fabrics, and even lens coatings will drive sales next season. Pent-up demand from last season will drive them onto the slopes and into the shops, where they will find the knowledge and gear to help them have the best snow sports season yet.